I'm so excited. This is the first video that I'm doing on my new Canon G7X and I'm nervous. So today I have a book haul for you guys. It's a pretty hefty book haul, honestly. Most of these are books that I bought in the months of like January, February, March, and a bit of April. I actually don't know if I've bought any books in April. I don't think I've bought any, but I've definitely received a couple as gifts. So thank you preemptively to those people who have bought me books as gifts for my birthday. That was very sweet, and I will definitely be showcasing those in this haul. But since we have so many books to get through, let's just get right on into it. Also, sorry if I don't go too deep into any of like the synopses or whatever. I really just want to get through all of these books and show you them and not take too long while doing all of that. So the first three are all book of the month books, and here they are. The first one that I have is Writers and Lovers by Lily King, and this one is kind of more of a literary fiction novel, I'm pretty sure. It's about this woman and she's a novelist, but she's been going through some stuff, like some of her family has died, and it's really sad and it's taking a toll on her and her writing. So I think that's kind of what this book is about, and I was interested in it because I am a writer, so I like to see books written about other writers, I guess. The next book is Beach Read by Emily Henry, and this one is also about writers as well. It's set in a beach community over the summer, and there is a lady and a man, and the lady is a writer of romance novels and the man is a writer of more like literary fiction novels, and they both have writer's block, so they end up kind of switching genres. Like, she's going to write the literary fiction and he's going to write the romance, and they're going to see how easy or difficult it is for the both of them to write outside of their genre. And then we have Anna Kay by Jenny Lee, and this is kind of like Gossip Girl but a bit more modern and a bit more diverse. At least that's what it seems like to me, and I don't know, it just sounds so interesting. I love the cover, and I haven't read any books that are even similar to Gossip Girl in literally years, and I'm totally missing all of that drama that comes along with like books set in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And I don't know, I'm just really excited for this one. I think it's going to be a really fun read, and I definitely want to get to it soon. The next books are all Star Wars books, as you can see, so I'll try to get through these a little faster. This one is A Crash of Fate by Zoraida Cordova. We all know who Zoraida Cordova is. She's amazing. She wrote Labyrinth Lost, and she also wrote a Star Wars book, and this is like a Galaxy's Edge book. And I was going to go to Disneyland at the end of March. That clearly did not happen, and I was going to bring this book with me to Galaxy's Edge and take pictures. It was going to be really cute, and hopefully I will get to do that in the future. But I don't know, I'm really excited about this one. The next one is Force Collector by Kevin Schnick, and I actually don't know too much about what this is about, but it is a journey to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and I was really intrigued because he has a stormtrooper helmet right there, and I don't know, that's just like, what is he doing? Who is this person? The next book is Star Wars Resistance Reborn by Rebecca Roanhorse, and I am so excited about this one, and I picked it up because look at how big Poe is on the cover. He's literally the biggest face there, and I was so excited. It also came with a Poe poster, but that's actually in my brother's room right now, so I'm really excited about this one. It's another one of the Journey to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. That's exciting. And the last Star Wars book that I'm going to show you is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. This is the expanded edition, and it's actually really not that big. It's literally so tiny. I'm gonna check how many pages there are because I'm pretty sure it's under 300. It's literally like 245 pages. I could get this done in a day. It would be super easy, but I wanted to get this mainly because on Tumblr I follow a lot of like Star Wars and Reylo accounts, so they've been talking a lot about this book. They've been like sharing a lot of quotes from it, and I've tried not to read any of them, but from the ones that I have read, there's some good content in there, so I'm really excited to read this one. This might be one I pick up soon just to kind of get myself out of a slump because it's super short and I love Star Wars. Also, I didn't say who this was by. It's by Rae Carson, and she's also a YA author, and I love that Star Wars has chosen so many young adult authors to like write their books for Star Wars. You know, it's so cool. I love these authors, so I'm really excited. The next two books are actually presents from Alana, and I will link her Twitter and YouTube down below. And she got me Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and I have actually read part of this book before, but I read it as an audiobook wasn't feeling the audiobook, but I actually really liked the writing and like what was going on. It's just really hard to follow as an audiobook. So I'm so glad to actually have the paperback of this. I'm so excited to read it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I've heard really good things about it. And the second book that she really graciously got me for my birthday was If It Makes You Happy by Claire Kahn. I love Claire Kahn. I read her other book, Let's Talk About Love, I think about 2 or 3 years ago, and I loved it so much. That one was about a biromantic asexual character, and I'm pretty sure this one only has fat representation, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure, but I love this cover so much. Look at how beautiful this cover is. I want to be that girl on the cover. I feel like I could be if I actually wanted to dress really cute, but I just don't. And I don't know, I'm really excited to read this book. I think I'm really going to enjoy it, and I'm always down for a really fluffy YA contemporary. I swear, if I stare at the screen one more time while I'm filming this video, I am going to scream. So the next book is one I actually bought because of like the whole pandemic thing, and because I wanted to support my local indie bookstore. And so I picked up Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and I've been hearing about this book literally ever since I joined BookTube back like 3 years ago, I want to say, and I've never picked it up. I've never picked up one of her books, and I've always wanted to, and I'm like, this is the perfect time, I'm going to get it, and I did. It's really gorgeous. I got the paperback, and I don't know, I'm just really excited. I know it's a fairy tale retelling. I don't know too much about it other than that. I don't think this is the Rumpelstiltskin retelling. I think this is a different one, but I'm not sure which fairy tale it's retelling. So I don't know, we'll see. It seems like a really good book. The next book is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, and I'm pretty sure she also wrote The Kiss of Deception, which I read and was kind of meh about. It was good, but it wasn't good enough for me to like love it enough. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. I was just like, it's fine. But I'm pretty sure this is also set in the same world, and I'm very intrigued by it. I love the covers so much. I feel like I keep talking about the covers of these books, but they're literally so gorgeous. I love them so much, and it seems like it'll be a really intriguing book. It says, a formidable outlaw family that claims to be the first among nations, a son destined to lead, thrust suddenly into power, 3 fierce young women of the Rattan, the Queen's Premier Guard, a legendary street thief leading a mission determined to prove herself, a dark secret that is a threat to the entire continent. When outlaw leader meets reformed thief, a cat-and-mouse game of false moves ensues, bringing them immediately together in a battle that may cost them their lives and their hearts. So that sounds really interesting, and I'm definitely excited to read this at some point. This next one is actually one I recently bought at the Dollar Tree, and it's Blood Rose Rebellion by Rosalind Eves, and I got this obviously for $1, and I'm pretty sure it's a historical fiction, but it looks almost like a fantasy, so I'm not sure if there are fantasy elements in it as well, but it's $1. It seemed really interesting. I've heard of this book before. I don't really know if people like it or not, but I figured for $1, why not try it out? The next one is one I bought from Barnes & Noble a couple weeks ago when the pandemic thing started, and this is Bonecryer's Moon by Catherine Purdy, and I've never read a book by them. I actually don't know if this is their first book or not. I'm not sure, but I've heard some really great things about this book from basically almost everybody who's read it on Twitter has given it really good reviews, or just at least good reviews, which is like fine by me. And so I'm super excited about it. I love YA fantasy, and I love finding new fantasy, and I also love the cover of this book. I'm gonna keep saying it, y'all. I'm gonna keep saying it. The next one is the one I've actually already read, and that is Imagine Me by Tahana Mafi. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it, literally. Chef's Kiss, the best one of the sequel trilogy, and it's just so good. I loved it. I definitely want to reread this at some point. It was so much fun to read. There were so many great moments, and I don't want this to be like a wrap-up or a review, but just know I loved this book. It was definitely worth it to continue on with the series. After Define Me, I was like a little apprehensive to whether it was actually worth it, but this one really brought it. It's thick, we stan. I love Juliet, I love Warner, and I love Kenji. I love this entire world, and I'm really, really sad to see it go. The next one is one I bought at Target at least like 2 months ago, I want to say, maybe back in March, and that is Blood Heir by Emily Wen Zhao, and I am really excited about this one. It seems like the perfect dark fantasy for me. I don't know, I just love dark fantasy, especially with unlikable female main characters, and it's one that I'm really excited about. The next two are both Disney books that I bought from Target a while ago. This one is Straight On Till Morning by Liz Braswell. This is a twisted tale of Peter Pan. I don't know too much about what it's about. I'm pretty sure that it's Wendy meets Captain Hook first instead of Peter Pan. So that seems intriguing. And then this one is actually an original story for Frozen. I know they have a twisted tale for Frozen as well. This is not it. This is Frozen 2 Forest of Shadows by Camila Banco. And this one seems really intriguing. I really liked Frozen 2. I'm pretty sure that this takes place somewhere between Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. So I'm really excited to read this one as well. And the cover is gorgeous. The next one is actually a Jane Austen retelling, and that is The Stars We Steal by Alexa Dunn, and this is a Persuasion retelling, so that's basically all you need to know about it. Persuasion in space, and I'm halfway through it and I really love it. The dialogue is amazing. I forgot to add this one on to the beginning for the book of the month, and this is The Glittering Hour by Iana Gray, and this one is about a high society girl in like the 1920s, and she falls in love with a painter. And that's all I know about it. That's all I need to know about it. I am so excited. The next two are actually both Nutcracker retellings, and the first one is Winterspell by Claire Legrand. Super excited about this one. It's on my TBR. And then the second one is The Enchanted Sonata by Heather Dixon Walwork, and also very excited about this one as well. Technically on my TBR. And the last two are very recent acquisitions of mine. I got them at Walmart. They were on sale for under $6. And the first one is The Revolution of Marina M by Janet Fitch, and I'm super excited about this one. It's set in Russia, and I love books set in Russia. Literally just every single book I've ever read set in Russia, my favorite. So super excited about this one. And then the only nonfiction here is Amy Tan's Where the Past Begins. This is a writer's memoir, and I saw this. I've never read anything by Amy Tan, but I loved her movie The Joy Luck Club. Love it so much. Haven't read the book either. I really should read that book. I think I would like it, but I love the movie. So I'm like, I saw this, it's gorgeous, it's like very shiny, and I knew I just had to get it and see if I liked it. Alright, so that was the entire haul. I got through it pretty quickly. I'm sorry if I didn't like spend enough time talking about what these books were about, but they will all be linked down below, all of the Goodreads links, so you can check them out for yourselves. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!
Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you.